Well, for more on this, we can cross live to France 24's Navedita Kumari in New Delhi. Navedita, tell us then about how 2025 was for people in India.
Yeah, 2025 was a year of extreme weather events. India is anyways particularly very vulnerable to climate changes in the world because of its location and population. And more so was 2025, according to a report by Down to Earth magazine. Out of 336 days, India experienced 331 days of extreme weather between January and November 2025. The forms in which climate change is affecting India varies differently. For example, heat waves and cold waves are arriving much earlier than usual, and monsoons are increasingly becoming delayed, erratic and intense burst, followed by spells of dryness. And regions, drought-prone regions like Marathwada and Rajasthan, for example, in 2025 experienced flooding, while Himalayan states like Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh experienced heat waves along with 15 other states. So 2025 was quite a challenge for India. And remember, India still is an agrarian economy. 60% of the population are dependent on rain-fed. Farmers are dependent on rainfall for farming, and extreme weather means less rain, which means less food production. And extreme heat waves also affect daily lives and livelihood of people, particularly for the poor who have no means or access to cooling systems or air conditioning, and for people who are working open in the streets like construction workers or street vendors selling fruits and vegetables, who have to work under the sun even when the temperature touches 50 degrees. So it's extremely challenging for those people to sustain this kind of extreme heat waves. So if the Berkeley report that 2026 will be in continuation and warmest years coming, if it was a bad news for the world, it is more so for India.
All right, well, how is the population in India responding to this? I mean, is there any growing climate activism there?
Climate activism is not new to India, but it has never been very large scale. Like one of the most historical and iconic climate activism, grassroots activism, where community-based activism and awareness has happened was during the Chipko movement in 1970, where community women, they hugged trees to stop loggers from felling them. And in recent years, what we have seen, there has been youth-led and citizen-led climate activism, where we saw in Mumbai that people gathered to protest against government rule harming RE forest. And very recently, we saw hundreds of people protesting in states like Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat against a court ruling that threatened the Aravalli range, that is one of the oldest mountain range in India. And also we have seen some individuals like Jadav Payeng in Assam, who on his own grew a large forest and led to conservation efforts there. And activists like Medha Patkar, who has been fighting for Narmada River against construction of large dams. So people-led activism is not new to India. And on top of it, there are authors like Amitabh Ghosh, who through their work have also highlighted the urgency of climate crisis. Through his books like The Great Dearrangement and The Nutmeg Curse, he has highlighted two important points. First, he says that there is an absence of literally work and public discourse about the emergency of climate crisis, whereas it affects everyone on the planet. And secondly, he's also arguing that the present day ecological degradation is also linked to colonial era exploitation. So his work is extremely important, not only in reshaping how we understand climate crisis, but also how it is narrated and how it is recorded for the future generation. So these are the kinds of climate activism happening in India, and people are still are looking forward to if there is a whole like nation wide and large scale activism. This is not something which India has seen, but if this kind of extreme climate events keep on happening, who knows, maybe in the future.
All right, Navedita Kumari, thank you very much for your reporting there from New Delhi.